Okay, in the bottom of page Lamed Ches, in the middle of this primarily the kids already. So we finished talking about Nisach Hayayin is Simcha, which is the Amshach of Bin. Aval Nisach Hamayim Chach. Like 6 lines on the bottom of page Lamed Ches. Nisach Hamayim is Chach. Koyanim Levim. The difference between Koyanim and Levim. Koyanim, it says Levim is Bezimra. Zimra means with excitement, with song, which is Simcha, Begoli, like wine. Hashem Koyanim Bechshai, it says in Zohar. A Koyan is very quiet, which is an expression of Chacham. Wo am Shochem Pnes Atzmis. So Chachma Mayim is Nisach Hamayim am Shochem Pnes Atzmis. No Mailam is Soid Havai. Said before that Nichlas Yain it's a Soid is Megala, Yain is Megala, the Soid Havai. But Mayim is higher than Soid Havai. Rozin the Rozin. It's like the difference in Stama Secret. Stama Secret is called Rozin, which is the Soid Havai. But this is a secret which is higher than that. Rozin the Rozin. Base Prinis Shebekesser. Another way to describe it is two madrigas in Kesser. Chitzenis a Kesser, Pnimis a Kesser. Another body is base Prinis Sosum. It's also two levels in Sosum. There's Sosum Be'etzem and Sosum Ashayach L'Gil. So the Soid Havai is Sosum Ashayach L'Gil. Shenken Rozin the Rozin Mayim, that is the level of Sosum Be'etzem. Ramshach Zohar, they're true, didn't keep. So Nisach Hamayim is Sukkos, right? That's what happens Sukkos. Sukkos is a continuation of what happens in Rosh and Chodesh Tishrei. First you have Yom Kippur, and after that you have Sukkos. He says this madriga of Nisach Hamayim, which is the Rozin, the Amshach of Pnimis HaKesser, Sosem Be'etzem. That's a continuation of what happened in Yom Kippur. The truth of Yom Kippur. What does it say in Yom Kippur? Twice Anoichi, which the second Anoichi is Maram is of the higher level of Anoichi. Sosem Be'etzem. And that's also Mimamakim Kosich. Kippur we say, the whole shit ourselves in Tshuva, and the end of Kippur we say Ma'amakim, two Omkim, which means something. Omkim the Bira Bina. Omkim the Bira, which is a lower level of Oimek, that's Bina, but Omkim the Chula Chachma. That's the expression in the Zohar, which also signifies the same concept. So now you're going to answer the question at the beginning of the Maimon. Just the beginning of the Maimon question, why is Nisach Hamayim why doesn't it say explicitly in Torah? It says Beremes. Why? So that's the answer. Because the whole concept of Nisach Hamayim is above Isis, it's above Gilui. That's why it says Beremes. It says Sefer, Shlosh Dvarim, it says Sefer Yitzirah. We say it in the Bar Mitzvah Maimon. The Rebbe should be in the world with Shlosh Dvarim, Sefer, Sefer, the one who writes, he's above everything. That's Madrig of Chacham. Agam Shenem Mitzvah's Tshuva. Ektzachakash, Akne say that Tshuva is above. Tshuva it says in the Torah, the Mitzvah of Tshuva. But Emes Zeoliya Soratz in the Mitzvah. So okay, this is something that the first time I learned that we didn't really figure out what he's saying here. Let me look now in that Maimah. In we discovered later what the Maimah is. Sorry, just a second. So All right. Okay, so we have it here. Here's the Lashon, in the Maimah. Actually, Lashon is different. I said something else there. There it says, interesting. Now Maimah says, "Be'emes zeu lisa," what's in the mitzvahs? It's meant us. Oh, here in the Maimah, the Marash says interesting Lashon. I want to look it up. I put it on WhatsApp. It said, it says like this. It says the question, Adain tzarich love, madua ksiva sefer Torah mitzvahs shem k'nes hanerech mitzvah tshuva. How is it possible that tshuva is mentioned in Torah if tshuva is above Torah? She said, "Ha'inyan da mitzvah k'nes hanerech im l'mayim ha'tzimtzum shem mamshim heim mamshichem bal ha'rotzen li'etnim shatzin ha'rotzen." In other words, it's a different level of. It's interesting how in our mind it's written very bekitza. The li is in the mitzvahs. The in other words, the other mitzvahs talk about the mitzvah itself, and the mitzvah tshuva is that creates the rotzen of mitzvahs. Okay. What does it say here? Avalut zivui. I don't understand this word. Avalut zivui. Avol nesachim ichod eine gil. Okay, what? But listen, but the mile is what happens in kippurs, tshuva, lisa, what's in the mitzvahs? Avol nesachim, but then later it expresses itself in actual nesachim, nisach hamayim. So it's begil. In other words, the way it's in. Because the level of in the Nisach HaMayim, very Remes here, and the Remes in Nisach HaMayim, that gil, that madrega we just spoke about, the madrega of Anochi Kedechula, that is misgala in the Soch. Ichud. That's why it's in the Sochem. It's called Ichudim. That's in Kabbalah, I guess. And that is Ainu.
Sorry, how did he answer the question that mitzvah is true is also mitzvah? What was the answer? Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Good. It's an interesting. I'm telling you, I'm reading the way it says in the Maharash's Maimah. In other words, it's a different level of mitzvah. Regular mitzvah is that Rebbe tells you what to do. And this mitzvah is like over there in the Maimah also with Paraduma. The mitzvah of tshuva is from Balorot. Mitzvah of tshuva is from a higher state. Tshuva nimshachas hanechesh l'mayla mishal mitzvahs, And what is its function? It's to mamshech the mitzvahs. Li is the what's in the mitzvahs. The tshuva creates the what's in the mitzvahs. It's not, that's what he said. That's what he says.
But I think it has the tshuva is itself is a mitzvah, but has this quality of creating the ratzon as well.
Yeah, not just as well. That is the type of, it's a different type of mitzvah.
No, but this is like advantage. This is like extra. I mean, by itself also, it's I cannot say this is not a regular mitzvah. Also, it's counted as one of the mitzvot. We cannot ignore that.
Yeah, of course. That's one of the mitzvahs. But the point is that it's a higher level of mitzvah. It's a mitzvah that creates the ratzon. In other language, that says in other base, there's the bala ratzon. The mitzvah that comes directly from the bala ratzon that creates the ratzon. It's words that signify a certain very high level. In other words, why is tshuva part of Torah? Because in order to create a ratzon, there has to be the force, the trigger to create the ratzon. And that's the mitzvah of tshuva. So in Adalash and our Maimer is li is the ratzon the mitzvahs. Here in Tafresh Mem the lashon is what's the lashon? Eima mamshichem in bala ratzon li is nimshach tzino ratzon. Aim means because he also talks about a different mitzvah, also mitzvahs. Paraduma is also. And now Maimon doesn't mention Paraduma. So that's another way to describe the mile of truth. והנה השמיני עצרס, רגל לפני עצמי גם כן נאמר ברמז.
Which page are you?
Bottom of page lamet ches. All right. So now, okay, this Shmini Atzeres thing is not here in the original. Maybe it's the next one. Yeah. Next one. Shmini Atzeres regel b'fnei atzma gam ken. Shmini Atzeres also has that quality. It's a regel b'fnei atzma. It's considered halachically different. The Gemara says regel b'fnei atzma. It's its own regel. At the same time, nama beremes. It says Bayom Hashmini, it's just the 8th day. So, in other words, the fact that it's a unique regel is not clear possible. But it says Bayom Hashmini, which means just the 8th day of Sukkot. So the fact that it's regel b'fnei atzma is beremes. It's not clear that it's a new. Why? He says the same thing. Shmini Atzeres gilui hachachma. Because Shmini Atzeres is the gilui of the madriga of chachma, which we just said before. But it's the same concept which said that the Nisach HaMayim is beremes. Shmini Atzeres is also beremes. But now, what is it in Sosen and Simcha? Sosen is what it says here. Sosen l'mayla misimcha. Sosen l'mayla misimcha. Hibo pnim yesfub mimayne yesher bez mayonas em bez amadregas. They bez mazal the nights of naket. So the two mazolas of the gimel midas arachmi. Noitzares ad la'alofi and Chatov and Nake. So these two mazolas are the marker of Chachma Bina. That's what it says in Kabbalah, and that's the chibah of the two mazolas. All right, it's two maremes. That's not true. We got everything here. But let's go. In 1 second, I want to see something. If you want to go look on page 19, in page 19, there's a shtickle kitza of the kitza. Inyan nisochim or amshachim l'mayla mata yisay da mayim shebeneshama sheba lacha kabonas benesarotza yisay da eish shebeneshama. So okay, there's the kids. So there's the Seder Mayim, the Seder Eish, which is Tzimeach and Chai. So that's the Seder Mayim. Yain, Mesameach L'kim V'Anosh. Yeah, L'kim Chdas El, M'Shem Shmagdom L'kim, Mesameach Gilish, M'Shem Chdas Bina. Now it says here, in Nitzach Yain, I'm Shachs Bina Schachma. I don't know what it says Schachma. It should say Bina. לכן בשמחה בסגלס, אבל זה צדיקים, כשנשאר נשום, אז צריך לצפס בהלם והעיר בסגלס. Again, we didn't really decipher all the details in this Maimon because it's written very bekitzer, and I looked at the original, but the Freshman, not everything is clear there. But the general point here is the mile of Nisach HaMayim, the mile of Nisach HaMayim. Nisach HaMayim represents the Amshoch, the Gilui of Mayim, which is above Yain, the Chochma, which is above Bina, the Pnimis HaKeser, Rosa Dorozin. That is that creates, that itself is Besassim. So Mamshech, they said Amayim, and that is also has the Simcha there.
Why is Sasin Chibu Pnimi Chochma Bina?
Not, as I don't think Sasin Chibu Pnimi Chochma Bina. I think Sh'af Tamayim, it's not. Sh'af Tamayim, it says like this. Nimis Chochma Bina Moer Al Dei Alos Man. Sh'af Tamayim, it's not interesting. He brings it, and I'm looking at the original Maimon, Kafeh Shmem. It also says that the Sh'af Tamayim, that the Alos Man, and to Alos Man we reach Pnimius Bina. It doesn't say any words there. Let's see. It's the explanation. I think that's going to open. Let's stay open. Okay, let's start the Maimon. Shmini Atzeres Einches. Bayom Hashmini Shilach Esa'om V'Yavoch Esamelech. So the pasuk in Melachim describes the story of Chanukas Habayis, Beis Hamikdash Rishon, and Shivas Yomim. There was twice 7 days, and the Gemara says that year there was no Yom Kippur. They didn't fast Yom Kippur because they were celebrating the Beis Hamikdash. So it was 7 days one, 7 days second time, and then by Yom Hashmini, which is Shmini Atzeres, Shilach Esa'om, Shlomo HaMelech sent the people away, V'Yavoch Esamelech. V'Yelchu Lo Aleim Smechim V'Tov Eleim. The pasuk in like I said in Malach. So there's a few points we're going to make. Number one, Marin and Shilach Esa'om. Why does the king have to send the people away? It's over, so they leave. Why do you have to send them away? Just say, why Shilach Esa'om? Why does he have to send them? Marin and Shiluah. That's question number one. Loma b'Shmini Atzeres that. And also, why did all this happen? Shmini, which happens to be Shmini Atzeres. The Rechinach Habayis Shiva Yomim. I mean, he says it now. It starts. He says now. The pasuk says over there was the Chanukas Habayis Rishon. It was 7 days. He daled Yom twice 7 days. The lashon pasuk is Shiva Yomim v'Shiva Yomim. Ve'im Hashmini dafka Shilach Esa'om. V'loi nema. I think it says v'loi nema. It should say v'loma. V'loma nema shilach stam.
What does it mean? You dialed. What is your Zion? What is that?
Like I said before, one second. We look up in the psukim. It says Shiva Yomim v'Shiva Yomim. Twice 7. That's Yudal. That's 14.
Right.
So that's what it is. It's 14 days. That's why it's Yudalit.
From when? Like when did it start?
Oh, if you figure out when it started, it must have started the 7th day of Tisha or something.
Oh, I see.
One second, let me, you know what, let's look it up inside.
Okay, thank
Okay, Melachim Aleph. Okay, let me, you know what, I'll bring the pasuk into WhatsApp. To our WhatsApp, so you'll be able to look it up. Yeah, it is. So what does it say there? Turn off another WhatsApp. It says like this: Vayas shleim b'aisei esachog b'chol yisrael v'kol godel lifnei Hashem Elokeinu shivas yamim arba asar yom. Okay, you see that? You see the pasuk? Melachim Aleph Perek Ches. So what does it say? Pshat.
Yeah.
What does this? Let's see. What does Rashi say? Let's see what Rashi says. Second. We have to count backwards. If I guess 1 second, Zion Ches Tes Yud Idot Gimel. So I guess it started Ches Tisha. Started Ches Tisha. Like I said before, Rashi says. Rashi says it is for those 7 days of chinuch from Ches Tisha till Idalet Tisha, and then V'Shivas Yomim. Then the next 7 days that's Sukkos. Rashi said, like I mentioned before, Nimtza she Rosh Hashanah she'achol v'shasei b'Yom Kippur. That year they didn't fast in Kippur. That the Gemara says, might God. Anyway, so that's what it says. Shivas Yamim v'Shivas Yamim arba asar yom. You see the pasuk? You see the pasuk in front of you?
Maybe they didn't eat on Sukkot and the Sukkot also. I don't know.
I don't know. It doesn't say. I don't know.
Yeah, see the pasuk.
You see the pasuk, okay? That's what it says. Why Shiva Yudalad Yom. You see Shivas Yamim v'Shivas Yamim arba asar yom. Then it says, look, it says the next pasuk. If you go, you know how to go to the next. Okay, let's see. If you go to the next pasuk, that's pasuk Samachay. What happened in pasuk Samachay? Bayom Ashmini Shelach Hasaom, Vayvocho Es Hamelach, Vayinchol Aleim Smechim V'Tevilei, V'Kol HaTeva Shas Hashem, R'Dovid Olidort L'Yisrael Am. Fragt der Kasche, it says V'Loi Nem Shelach Stam. I think it should say V'Loma. Look, I'm not sure. I have to look it up. It's also not a it's not a question of pshat. It's obvious. It says Vayasa Melech. So B'Melech Shilach goes on the Melech, but so Tichsidus it's a deal. Lama Nema Shilach Stam. Lama Mish Shilach is. Gam Tzorech Lovin. What does it say in Pasuk? Masha Kosov Shilach Hasaom. Vayvochas hamelach mashma she'acha sheshilchem oz vayvochas hamelach. Tzarich lavan einam b'zeh. So l'chayil it should have been the other way around. First they bless him and then they leave, right? They say they leave and then vayvoch and then they bless him. So it's also not mamish. It's also not mamish pshat question. But they can say he told them go, and before they left they said they give him a bracha. It's all the yukim and pasuk that is going to explain how Chassidus. I'm not saying, so okay. So going back to what in the pasuk that Bayom Ashmini in that pasuk, Melachim Ashmini Shel Zamelach Hamelach says the Gemara means the 8th day of Sukkot, which is Shmini Atzeret.
Because really it's the 15th day, but they still call it the 8th.
It's the 8th from the second 7. Okay, you're right.
Right. So it's interesting.
Very good point. Why is it called Bayom Ashmini? Because it's a remes, because it's Shmini Atzeret. You're right. Okay.
Right.
Okay. Sure. Stuck at the 15th day, right? So kids. Okay, so we got into this pshat, the yukim, which eventually the Maimar is gonna explain the Chassidish remes in it. It's all like an introduction to the Maimar itself. Now let's get to the Maimar itself. What is the meaning of Shmini Atzeres? We have a whole process. There's all Tisha, there's all Avodah. There's Rosh Hashanah, there's Yom Kippur, there's Sukkot. Then there's Shmini Atzeres. What is the concept of Shmini Atzeres? It says in Kabbalah. In Kabbalah, there's a concept. There's the Chudim El Yonim, that the spheres unite, and the Mamshech and Shmini Atzeres is the Atzeres Lashon Klita. Klita means capturing, settling. Not settling. Klita means capturing, grasping. So that's the time that the muscle
absorbing, maybe absorbing.
Yeah, you're right, absorbing. So one of the Kabbalah, in the word of Kabbalah, that everything is compared to Yichud Zchav and Nukva and later. So it says the Klitas Azer. That's what the female is koilet, what the male gives, and then becomes pregnant. Something like that. So that's also, it says in Kabbalah, Shmini Atzeres, there's a time that all the Amshachas and Maila Nikla, they absorb. What he said? Absorb, right? Absorb. So Melee says, what does it mean in a more, not in Kabbalah language? In other words, the entire Tisha, like he's going to explain in a minute. That Tisha, we are in a state of inspiration and Aveda, and the final absorption of the entire inspiration happens Shmini Atzeres, and that starts our process of Torah Aveda the whole year. Right, it says in Pasuk about Tikva B'Chodesh Shevat Kasem Chagenu, Yichaykel Yisrael Mishpat L'Kei Yaakov. So the Alter Rebbe teaches in Keter. What does Mishpat L'Kei Yaakov means? Means to add a place like Kuz the Yaakov, the godliness that Yaakov that he isn't all going to get. Sha'adin Mishpat Kama Yom Shapkinas L'Kuz B'Avodah Hashem Yisrael B'Chol Hashanah. Again, this is like a obviously Chassidus Pshat. What is the Dina Mishpat of Rosh? What is the real Dina Mishpat of Rosh Hashanah? Not just about Parnasa and other needs that we need in life. It's a Mishpat Lekei Yaakov, Kama Lekus. It's a Mishpat. That's when decision and the judgment is made. How much godly inspiration and energy we will receive throughout the year. So what happens? So how does the mishpat happen to our avodah? We work very hard. That's the time Rosh and Yom Kippur to the avodas Hashem, and that is mamshich. And that is mamshich lekus v'amshach. But nivis ben Shem Shmini Atzeres. But in the Atzeres, make sure it's still in a state of makik. It's in other words, it's abstract. It's not internalized. The ultimate. Then there's he skipped Sukkot, but then Sukkot is also part of the process. But the ultimate absorption happens Shmini Atzeres. That's why it's Atzeres. V'zeu Shem, that's another Rem. Zeh Shem b'Shmini Atzeres, Merid HaGeshem. Shmini Atzeres, that's when we say, that's when we start saying Tfilas Geshem, Merid HaGeshem. Why? The Hainu, what does it mean? What's Geshem? Geshem also means, al Chassidus, it's a remez on a spiritual influx that happens that day. It says in Pasuk, Torah is compared to motor. Torah means the godly flow for likus. So that's Merid HaGeshem. So Merid HaGeshem is Meram is also on the Inin Hamshachas HaLikus. That is what starts on the Shmini Atzeres. Shmini Atzeres, Hamshachas Kloris HaAtzmis, the general and essential flow of this Likus that happens Shmini Atzeres. Val derech mashkul, so it brings a mashkul. Val derech mashkul mashka yetzer yisheinu ma'aprishi ha'mufcha va'tamtis. Komerishni menera shemoiz gem mashka machir. No, but I mean, I don't know exactly how it works in the real world, but we've known and they get to, what does it say? When they get to the menorah, there's a lashon. I don't remember now. Where's the pasuk? the first, when you squeeze the olive, the first drop that comes out, that's the most the strongest essence of the oil. And it says similarly is every tree.
Most concentrated?
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. I don't I don't know how it works in real life, but that's like I said, Rishon Manor. That's we remember from Rashi somewhere, right? Rashi says, the Gemara said that the first drop of oil that comes out of the olive is the most is the best. Has the most concentrated.
Shaman Zayis Zoch. Zoch.
That's what Zoch
Shaman
means.
Zayis Zoch.
No, but Zoch means that's the first.
Zoch means pure.
Zoch means pure, yeah. But here it sounds here it says that this is the best, the most concentrated. It means like but we have juice concentrate. We take the concentrate and put it in other drinks to give it the taste of that drink. The marshal, like I said, I'm not sure how it works in physical life, but the concept is that the Ashmiני is the concentrated, the most concentrated gil. So that's the way it is. He says in the marshal. Basically, Shmini Atzeres, Simchas Torah is the time when the Atzmius, the essence, when the Tamtzis, the most concentrated, what do we call it? There's a concept, Dama Tamtzis. Tamtzis means the most concentrated, essential aspect of that thing. So that is eventually expressed throughout the year. הנה ידוע, דאבוידי, מבחינת רוצה בשביל דאבוידס השם, במשך כל השנה כולו, generally speaking, it's made up of two modes of avoid. Rotze v'shoy. There's the rotze, the yearning of running and yearning to connect to the Eibashter. The shoy, then you come back into your own reality and you serve Hashem. The in Yosim Elav Liba Rucha v'Nishmasa Elav Yatev. So that's this pasuk. That's a pasuk. Where's the pasuk? Remember, where's the pasuk? Yeah, it's a pasuk in Yevash. So the pasuk talks about Rotze. So it says in Yosef Elav Liba Rucha v'Nishmasa Elav Yaseh. The Eibashter could, okay, Pshat this pasuk means something. Pshat the pasuk means that the Eibashter could just take away on the Neshama. I'm sure it doesn't mean that in this way. It means that that's the Rotze. The Rotze is Yosim Elav Liba. When you pay attention, when your heart is directed to the Eibashter, Shmas Elav Yosef. So you like we just learned in the Chumash by Yosef Alam. He lives the world. Rotze, the state of Rotze, running away. Maimah, and then it's interesting in this pasuk. In this pasuk in Yosef Elav Liba, but maybe it is in Zayah or something.
A Rotze without a shov.
Yeah, it sounds like lots of that a shiur, but I think this pasuk is meramis somehow on the shiur also, but I don't remember how. The next pasuk says, "V'adam al offer yoshu." Basically, describes passing away, that the neshama goes away, and then the body is yoshu. But I don't think that's what he means here. So this pasuk only talks about lots of attachment. So I don't know. Kamaima was sefer yitzira. Imot liv chashuv lamokim. Again, that's usually you see usually the Chassidus quote sefer yitzira. There's two Yosois over there. Imot liv chashuv laechad, but here there's imot liv chashuv lamokim. Even the word mokim here, there's a few perushim. But you know, go back to your own place. That's the idea. What's that? So he just brings the expressions how the avodah is made up of rotzev v'shoy. The rotzev v'shoy and kir v'richu. What's it? Rotzev v'shoy? It's kir v'richu, getting proximity and distance. That rotzev neskir v'dveikus. Rotzev means you yearn and you run and you want to be closer to the Eibishter. Kiruv. Dveikus, not some kill. Dveikus, you want to cleave to him, you want to connect. Vashoiv knesrichuk. Shoiv is the opposite. It's the richuk. It's the distance. You know, you come back to your own place. You're distant from the Eibishter. V'zeu inyan. Okay, see right away jumps to our pasuk. V'zeu inyan shilach. So that's the meaning of shilach hasaom. Dahainu ashiluach l'merochet. ליויש הזה פרנס השף, שפרנס ריחו, לכן נאמר בלושן שילח. But probably means to say, why do you have to say he sent them away? Just say let them go. But shilach means there's an act of sending him away. That's its mashma, right? So לכן נאמר בלושן שילח, which means sending him away. יש לומר בעניין הולך ונוסע. Oh, in other words, it says in pasuk shilach hasam vayelchu le'aleim, right? So the vayelech is also they left. So why do you need shilach? Why? That is the question. One of the questions is why does he have to send them? What's the first line now? Mine with the question. They could have gone. Why do you have to shilach? So it says shilach is an act of shoy. It's a special act of coming back. Now he says in Chatzei Igul is shleimah. B'inyan halach v'neseya negba, halach v'neseya, it says in pasuk in Parshas Lech Lecha, v'elach Abram halach v'neseya negba. But the halach b'chinas rotze. Halach, the expression halach ma'alicha is rotze. Tereb b'masam chalamoy. That's how the Alter Rebbe explains it in Tereb Parshas in the mind of chalamoy. The mele l'chein loy nema holchu. Kim shilach, לא יעשה פנס שף. Interesting remedy. That halicha b'derech klal is rotze. Mele, if I would say vayelchu, agam vayelchu, they left the Hamikdash, but the lashon halicha is usually applies to rotze. Halicha means you get out of your comfort zone and you go up. You go up, you the lashon rotz lipcha, kill with weights. You go out of your comfort zone. That's what halicha means. That's why it doesn't use just vayelchu le'aleim. Before that it says shilach hasaom, which is the opposite act of going back to yourself, which is shoiv. That's it. Lachel lenema holchu. It means to say it says aval lemeima shalchu le'aleim. Doesn't say that. Why? Okay. But at the same time, the richuk, we don't want the richuk should be too far. We don't want that they should the distant become too distant from the source of the God, from the source of the connection with the Eiveshter. That the shilach comes from the madrega beim hashmini. Dahainu hamshachas prinas hachachma. He's going to explain it soon, but here it's just bekitza. Because yem hashmini shilach means that in the shilach, the shoyv, the richuk, came from chachma. The chachma bina ein motze v'shoyv. Chachma and bina is motze v'shoyv. Okay, usually I think bina is motze and chachma is shoyv. Ein shegam ha-shoyv pnes gilu pnes kiru v'zeh beim hashmini dafke shilach. So that's the remez, that the shilach, the avodah of shoyv, the avodah of coming back to your own place, which means distant from the Eiveshter, distant from the Beis Hamikdash, and distant from the Eiveshter, that itself should maintain a certain level of connection, of gilui. That's why Be'em Hashmini Shilach. That's how, but that's a general statement that he's going to develop later. It's just
how is this connected to Bayem Hashmini?
What? Because he says Bayem Hashmini is marames of the madrega of Chochmah. That's what he said, but he's going to explain later.
And Chochmah means kiruv, not too far.
And the fact that the fact that there's amshachas hachachma, that makes sure that the richuk is not too far. He just makes a statement. He's gonna go into to develop this concept more in the Maimon. That is going to explain. In other words, he gives this general statement, and he's going to get into the discussion now. Shilach miloshen shel chayayich pardes rimayim. That's a pasuk in Shir Hashirim. 1 second, we'll take a look at it. V'chem medrash abba shlach parshas chof isa al pasuk b'shalach paroi ador deksiv shel chayayich pardes rimayim. So there's a pasuk in Shir Hashirim. Let's look it up.
It's not shlochayich.
Shlachayich, maybe shlachayich. 1 second, let's see. Yeah, shlachayich. What does it mean? Shlachayich. Let's see. Shlachayich. Yeah, I'm sorry. Shlachayich pardes rimayim. Was meint das Punkt? Let's see. Rashi. What does shlachayich mean? Shlachayich means. Okay. So Rashi says Shlachayich Eretz Yivesha. You know, it's even it said it. You know, in the Shmeit Kot Mashkin Beis Hashalchim. There's a Eretz Yivesha Kuya Beis Hashalchim. Tzarich Lashkois Atomid. So there's Beis Hashalchim and Beis Habal. It's I think in the Gemara, the Mishnah in Shmeit Kot says that on Chol HaMoed, Beis HaShalchim, because it's a very dry land, you're allowed to water. Shen Beis Habal is a place that always has water. So B'meila Shlachayich means the part of your the whole pasuk talks about the Eden. Shlachayich means Eretz Yivesha, even your dry part is pardes rimayim. So he says, Rashi says, Zel shem ktanim shebeisol, even the Eden or like the lowest madrega, the smallest, tivim maisim tovim pardes rimayim. In other words, shlachayich means even the ones are very low madrega, they also pardes rimayim. They all like malay mitzvahs kirim. Now, that's what the pasuk in Shirashirim, according to Rashi. Now, the Even HaEzer says it's a different pshat. The shlachayach means your branches. Okay, Al Kaponim. So what do we get? Go back here. That it says that Shilach in our pasuk, Shilach HaSa'am is connected to the pasuk Shlachayach Pardas Rimainim, and like also in Beshalach, in Medrash Beshalach Par also. Beshalach means he sent, Lashon Shliach, he sent away, just Shlomo HaMelech sent away Shilach HaSa'am, and Pare, R'Dovid said, Beshalach Pare HaSa'am. So the word Shilach says the Medrash is connected to the word Shlachayach. What's meant this? The Dorish Shlachayach, Lashon Shiluach. And the Shlachayach means Lashon Shiluach. Okay, again, so it's a different pshat. In other words, what we said, the Rashi in the Even HaEzer say Shlachayach means your dry land, your branches. But he says that Shlachayach means Lashon Shiluach. Shlachayach means that aspect of you is distant. So he says, okay. So he says pshat obviously al pi remes at kadush v'inyan. What is pshat? That ilmin eksiv. The pasuk in Shirashirim before says, this is the pasuk right before. Yeah, right. The pasuk right before says, "Gan no lachaysi kalo, gal no mayin chos." That's the pasuk. V'koi. Now that pasuk says in Kabbalah, "Koi al Rosh Hashanah v'Yom Kippur." The pasuk Mayan Chosam is Marames al Rosh Hashanah v'Yom Kippur. Yom Kippur natze a chosem. That's Malchus v'Nika Mayan Chosam. So Mele, that is the remes of the pasuk Gan Nol and Chosam. That's the remes of the Ne'ilah, Nol of the Ne'ilah and the Chosam and Ne'ilah. So that pasuk Marames Yom Kippur. Okay, that is B'Etz Chaim says that the pasuk.
So why is it no? Why is it no?
Milashon Ne'ilah, the Ne'ilah of Yom Kippur. That's what everything is. Chasima and the Ne'ilah happens on Yom Kippur. It says also Rosh Hashanah. So I'm not sure. Maybe Gal, not sure. The Rosh Hashanah is here. It brings some in B'Etz Chaim Shar Yom Kippur. But
the idea of Rosh Hashanah Yom Kippur is it shouldn't be no, but it should be the opposite. It should bring us
no, but no doesn't mean in a negative sense. No doesn't mean in a negative sense. Like the Chsim and Yom Kippur, that's what the Eibishter, that's we connected the Eibishter in a way that it's sealed. We seal our connection with the Eibishter, which is like, it's a positive thing. The Ne'ilah means we close, we seal it. Something that's sealed, chosam, it means it's something it's a very strong connection. That's what Chsim means. B'Zaya Parshas Achrei, there's another remez. He saw that Mayin Chosam in Mem Stuma. He's going to say in a minute what the Ilah means. You're right. So what he says like this: Mayin Chosam in Mem Stuma. Yesh Mem Psucha Mem Stuma. The Eist Mem can be written two ways: a regular Mem and a Shlos Mem. The Shlos Mem Stuma, it's called Shlos Mem. Why? Because the regular pshat is because it ends a word. It's also closed, doesn't have any openings. Mem stuma. Mem psucho. Mem is a malchus. Mem psucho is labeshes lebiyah. But malchus is yair. Is included. It descends in the realm is biyah. It's called mem psucho. Why? For sure, yes. Pesach u'movel achitzoyin melina kokav chayesel. So again, Gan Nol in the simple. Remember in Medrashim, Gan Nol means that the women in Mitzrayim shemes pirseim labalei. In other words, they're not open to anybody. So that in Pasuach means that it's open. So the Psicha means Pasuach means Pesach more the chitzonim. There's an sinus mokim that the negative powers, the klippers can never hinika. Kabel chayes man. It's abshus by ein so. And machet zeret nebiyah. So the ein so is 70. The 70. The malachim that are connected to Shivum Umois, they get their highest from Malchus and Biyah, because Malchus is psuch, it's open, it has an opening that allows a unique of a chitzayim. Va'oz nika midbo. So in that madreg of Malchus, when it's Yered and Biyah, is also called with the word midbo. What does midbo mean? And dvar avai is a gilad shchino. Va'oz eina mechonim Lina, Dvar is Gilishkin. When the Rebbe himself talks, that's Gilishkin, because they're overwhelmed. So Mislavach the Biyan, you come meet with the Sefes Mem Psucho Mitama now. So the Mem Psucho in the word Midbo also allow is Marames and the concept of Psucho. That there's an opening that the Chayes of the key of Malchus allows the chitzonim to be makabel chayes.
So what is midbar? Which level is midbar?
It says midbar, that's malchus, that's lebiyah. Dvar avai, that's malchus, in Atzilus. Mashenka, the Yeres lebiyah, it's midbar, there's a mem, an open mem, that means that it gives an sinas koyach for chitzonim. This is why a midbar, a desert, is a place Adam Shom. It allows, gives chayes to chitzayim. That in I tell him in this, it's not always in our particular mimer in this context. That's how he explains mikvah. Okay, we're gonna continue tomorrow. Revisit a little bit.
Yeah.
Shakayach.